into the grim, dark future of, say, the 41st millennium. There is only war.
I say there's only war.
This is the 41st millennium. When we last left off, the party was at a highfalutin auction event over a valuable bit of information, a series of maps of uncharted regions, well, maps to uncharted regions, it's an oxymoron otherwise, maps to uncharted regions on the trailing edge of the Chalice sector that they're currently in, or subsector. These illustrious maps are going for a very high price, and after an evening of swaggering amongst high society and talking to the richest of the rich, the auction is finally coming to a close with the announcement of who has won this so coveted prize.
Utopix, you might want to step off the stairs.
Maybe.
Yes, so as this announcement is being prepared, one of the servants is first and foremost ready to inform everyone that, excuse me, barons, baronesses, captains, and ladies and gentlemen, the Rear Admiral has come to a decision and would like to make his announcement, so if I could please have all of your attention. To this end, many of the assembled guests turn to face the Rear Admiral up upon his pedestal. They move about, shuffling throughout the assortment of people, and make their way to view the position. Soon enough, your little cluster is joined by the Lord Captain stepping amongst you, and Captain Tiberius also steps up to join plate. And, of course, Prince Captain Scranton Bell. And with that, the Rear Admiral steps properly forwards to the very top of the stairs and faces down the crowd in front of him. He speaks in High Gothic, unfortunately, for those who can't speak High Gothic.
Oh, well.
We could try and translate for you guys.
Yeah, you can lean over and translate to him, but I will expect you to actually do that in-game.
Yeah.
Alright.
As we now go... Like, I want full Chinese whispers mode.
Okay, hang on, let me move closer to Decker.
Real close to Decker. Ooh.
I'll be standing next to Romulus with my drink.
I'm between both of them already.
Well, unfortunately, there's
I didn't take the tech piece for a drinker.
Like preparations done.
Sorry, what?
What?
You're incredibly quiet.
Oh, that was because I was talking to myself.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I was just mumbling to myself quietly in the background there, because that's what I do. Talk to myself. Doctors, to me, it's a hard thing, but, you know, they're all poisoned by the government, so who knows? All lies. Anyway. Getting away from the government's lies. The Rear Admiral steps at the very front of the pedestal, flanked on both sides by huge imperial eagles, wings and soft candlelight burning in this columned, beautiful, marble-walled establishment. Truly the epitome of high society, as the Rear Admiral faces you all and says, "Thank you, one and all, for attending this evening. It has been lovely meeting with your varied guests from all walks of life. And it has truly been a blessing to see what you would offer me in exchange for these rare fragments. And...
Who's torturing animals?
Someone murder that dog!" That wasn't in character, by the way. That was just me.
Up in my apartment one moment.
Release the hound.
Well,
Remove it from
night.
my presence. Okay, are we ready to go?
Palladorus has just gone to sort out his dog.
Okay.
Be back.
Attend to the hound.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Okay. So yes. And it is at the end of today's festivities. Although, trust me, the evening's party shall go on long after this. But it is now time to announce the formal end of the event by finally informing you of who has successfully won the favor of today's auction's prize. Now that lesser gifts have not been auctioned off, these are to remain in my personal collection, but I trust that is no great concern to all of you gathered here today. It is instead my pleasure to announce that the winner of today's auction is Lord Captain Tiberius Gollius III.
Who saw that coming?
There's a small round of very obvious golf claps, and the captain quite literally seems to physically roll his eyes. Given the fact you're looking at his back, it's just the motion. You can tell that an eye roll was involved with that motion. It's that powerful. And the Rear Admiral states, Lord Captain, your promises are great, and I truly do feel honored to have received them. And in turn, I will award you this fabulous prize. Now, I imagine, Lord Captain Tiberius, you'll want it to be received immediately? Of course, Rear Admiral. If you wouldn't mind having your servants bring it down to the landing bay, I'll have it loaded off and carted off world immediately. Myself, however, I think I'll stay for a few tipples more. This has been a lovely event, in my opinion, and I do express my sincerest apologies to those not so graced with the win. I'm sure perhaps a deal can be agreed between us all, in lieu of my victory. It mostly is a blessing of the Emperor himself to have finally had this fragments that I gave to you for your actions, Rear Admiral Gwendolyn, my father gave to you, Rear Admiral, returned to my household where it belonged. The Rear Admiral nods and smiles and says, yes, of course. I will have one of my servants bring it down now. And he at that point hands her a small... he points to the girl next to him and says, my dear, you have the appropriate codes. Would you be so kind as to lead the machinery down? Rear Admiral, Lord Captain, which of your vessels is it? Of course, Rear Admiral. My personalized Arvis lander is located at Dock 18. I'll have my men ready the vehicle to depart. Marvelous. And then for the rest of you, please, enjoy your drinks and food. This evening is on me. And with that, the crowd, rather defeatedly, begins to disperse.
So I move close to the Lord Captain, like right up to him. I go, so we're going to landing pad 18, eh?
That you read my mind, Decker.
You're a good man, my lord. You're a good man.
Take some of the crew and have them shadow the transport. I mean the cargo itself, right down to the landing pad. Just keep back, keep an eye on it, and see where it's going. As far as I'm hoping, we won't have to make any rash decisions today, but just keep an eye on it and report back to me. You've got your micro bead, yes?
Of course, my lord.
Good. Keep me informed. Palladorius?
Wait, question.
Yes, Verona?
Would the microbeads be affected by the pollution out by the weather outside or not?
How do you mean?
Like, would there be any interference?
No, there's no mechanical interference with the weather outside.
All right.
Meanwhile,
Yes, Lord Captain.
take yourself to the landing pad, your own landing pad, and warm up the Aquila lander. Just in case.
I'll keep a close eye on them and cargo from a nice, safe distance.
Marvelous. All right, Decker, you take who you want. I imagine having everyone with you might be appropriate, but I'm going to stay up here and continue to be the nice happy captain, speaking to the gathered assembly.
Of course, my lord. I don't think we should all leave at the same time, as it might be a little too obvious.
Well, sort it out between yourselves and keep me informed.
Indeed.
With that, the captain heads off to go.
Enjoy the party.
Decker, shall I accompany you?
Yes, I don't see why not. I don't see why we can't all go. We've all got something to give.
And I'll head over to our ship and keep a close eye on all of you.
Excellent.
Okay, so your landing pad is actually a separate landing pad, raised up from the other landing pads as far as you're aware. Those landing pads are much further down the craft. As you all watch, first and foremost, you do most importantly notice that as the servant departs, she begins trotting downstairs, heads on over to the mechanical system that is bearing the vault, and you get another look at the odd Gothic construction. Two servitors linked at the waist, basically carrying the secure chest that the material is secured in. After a little conversation with one of the servitors, the chest seals itself and much of the visual aspect is taken away as it becomes just a hard-locked case, borne by those spider-legged servitors. She and the machinery begin to clank down the steps as she leads it to one of the doors to exit. Noticeably this door. Which you'll have to obviously hurry a little to catch up with her, but you really don't need to hurry given the actual circumstance, as they soon depart through the door.
I'm going to make a big show of being in a huff.
Okay, do you want to make me a deceive check? That's going to be a nice and easy one with a plus 30, just to be like...
Plus what?
Plus 30
Plus
to your
30.
deceive check.
I did not sell that very well.
Oh, no.
I'm going to use my last one. Because that's just not fair. There we go. Right. Bloody shame. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Stomp, stomp.
And obviously, Palladorius, you head off through, and eventually, Decker, you're going to the... That's Palladorius' pad.
Oh, right, yeah, that's where we came from.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to make a big scene about going off to our ship.
You can. You'll just need to slink
We
your
won't
way
be able
past.
to...
Yeah.
What's Verona Blackhand doing? Can I see?
I don't know, Verona, what are you doing?
I'm just walking around
sorry,
waiting.
keep mixing her up with the bloody Baroness Black something.
Right.
Oh, she's with Captain Populous and generally seems rather crestfallen over the loss.
Okay, who's this dude next to me?
That's a servant.
That's just a servant.
Yeah, you say just a servant.
He's literally just one of the drinks boys. He's the one who first offered you the Mavi Pearl wine.
Right, okay. Does he have all the drinks on him?
Yes.
I'll be right back, guys.
Fuck.
Where is Utopix?
Okay, does he
there
have
you
any ice on him?
No. just pearls.
You there? Get me some ice.
Do you want to make me a command check? Again,
Why
very
not?
easy. Plus 30.
I don't have command, but fuck it.
Nope.
Some ice, sir?
Yes, my wobble's getting warm. I'm drinking a drink called Wobble.
I'll go and speak with the servant. I'll go and speak with the head of the house. Just a sec, sir. And he hurries off.
And then
That
I
does not
motion to
interact with at all.
I motion to the gang and come on, hurry up, quick.
My wobble is getting warm.
Put that in the quotes channel, would you? Oh, I actually have a quotes channel on my server, don't I?
Yep,
That's going straight in there.
Oh,
I'm doing it.
I keep forgetting to do my
you're
stuff
doing
on
it.
my screen.
You need to add the hurry up, my wobble's getting warm. So, all four of you, impressively, slink off to the door after the cargo. It doesn't seem like anyone at the event is paying enough attention to even notice you going off. And soon enough, all four of you have slunk off down into the passageway. Here you can hear the mechanical clink and clank of the servitors as they're walking down, and I am going to need a stealth check.
From
Stealth
each
check?
of us?
Well, we're just following
From-
the clink clank. We're not trying
Okay,
to
just staying
sneak
out of
too
sight.
close. Yeah.
I'm still going to... Actually, here's what I'll do. Let me check her awareness. Okay, you're fine. At least as far as you can tell.
Well, yeah. The problem is that sneak or stealth isn't a basic skill.
Concealment is.
Concealment is,
Concealment
yeah.
and
Oh, that's what you use in this one. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's stealth in Only War and the other one.
Yep, and I'm
Slightly different systems.
now I'm just looking at
So,
a black
like-
screen for some reason.
Oh, that's a good sign.
I recommend
So,
refreshing.
Everyone, you depart from this little event and follow it gradually downstairs. The stairs wind through the interior of the building, as things generally continue amongst the partygoers. Events are carrying on quite nicely, and folks seem quite happy, though the captain is slugging himself an extra drink or wherever he can, and Palladorius, you're getting a little bored sitting up on the landing pad this far away from your allies in arms.
Yeah. With my sniper rifle in hand, like strapped to my back at this
I thought it was in a
Palladorius, can you see anything?
Yeah, you do have Vox communications between each other, so...
Yeah. That's what I just said. Palladorius, can you see anything?
Do I? Because I still just have like a black box for me on here.
Yeah, you shouldn't have anything you can physically see. But no, Palladorius, you actually can't see anything because you're on the other side of the building, as far as its faces go.
Damn.
I don't see anything here.
Do you see any way of finding an overview of landing pad 18?
Are there other landing pads that would get that I know that I can see?
So you step out of the idling Aquila lander and look over to the edges of the landing pad. Here you are affronted by the foul Hive City air as the sea wind whips in with thick speckles of smog and soot gripping to your clothing. But here you see that there's a series of landing pads that actually seem to run a ring around the lower portion of the building. You can see a small number of these waiting landers sitting on many of them, and you assume these to be among the varied ones. You see Aquila landers, Arvus lighters. You assume this is where you have an overview, it's not at the right angle, you're afraid.
None that would give me a good angle on 18, nor at least the other side.
Nope, unfortunately not.
I don't think I can. I'm going to have to meet up with you guys.
You don't think you could take off and land somewhere else?
Are there any empty landing pads?
Well, you could land at landing pad 18 after we secure the cargo.
We're not
Okay.
securing the cargo. Sorry, out of character. Remember, Captain told us to just watch. We're not grabbing it as soon as we can.
Let me know if you need my help. I'll stick here for now. Just let me know if you need me to come over or fly over if necessary. Yeah.
Out of character, I think it's obvious what was implied with watching.
Yeah,
If
I know.
Ogre presents
Yeah.
itself, take it and run.
Yeah, but we've got to keep the captain informed because he's still in there having a drink. And if his crew pinches the thing and leaves him there,
Well, we better let him know when we get the cargo then.
And also try our best to make ourselves anonymous as possible.
this is
After
Romulus
introducing
going,
yourselves to every
I'm the captain
party.
now.
That is not going to be easy.
Ah, yes, we must be anonymous. My allies, Decker Armstrong, you must remain anonymous for your crimes. Utopic Echo, you must remain anonymous for your crimes. So you follow it clanking down the stairs, and finally all of you are hit by the brusque air of the ocean winds coming in up the corridor, immediately making all of you and a little bit offended by it. It's at this point that I'm going to need an awareness check from all of you.
Yay.
Any modifiers?
A -10 for the a +0 for the sea wind.
+0?
Mm-hmm.
Utopic is blind.
I did it.
Oh, God.
I did it.
You've got keen ears, Decker,
Oh.
especially when it comes to nefarious
I'm going to
dealing.
re-roll that with a fate point.
I'm just
Okay.
going to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. Okay, fine. Never
What are you
mind.
doing?
Probably best to save it.
Yeah, save.
As you faintly overhear a gruff voice speaking in low Gothic. All right. Which is this cargo going to? It's going to deck 18, if you wouldn't mind. Could you perhaps move some of these crates? The servitor's pathfinding won't get them past it. Yeah. About that.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
God.
Uh-oh.
Weapons free.
Weapons free, boys!
So it's at this point, gentlemen, I imagine you're going to be rushing down the stairs.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
at least hurrying your way after.
Hold up. Someone's going to
And
pinch
as-
our map.
Someone's
Hold
gonna
on,
pinch
they
our
can steal it
pinch.
before we can.
Yeah.
And
We're
you step
stealing.
up to the doorway just in time to put yourselves back to the doorway before you can really be seen, unless you want to risk being seen.
I think we should charge out.
There's only, what, one
Yeah,
of them?
fuck it.
No,
Shock
you
and
don't know
awe.
how many.
Rush in.
Yeah. Don't rush in. Don't
I'm
rush.
pulling my pistol. Yeah.
Pull your pistols, but don't rush in.
Yeah, I'm pulling my revolver as well.
I'm pulling my sword.
So you ready your weapons just as you rush to the bottom of the stairs, and this is just in time for you to see things as they take a drastic turn for the worst. Almost immediately, you scan your gaze across the landing pad where some of the cargo crates that occupy it seem to have been pulled up in a purposeful barricade halfway across the landing pad, which seems to have confused the servitor's pathfinding right in front of a very ugly-looking Arvis lander. Most importantly, it seems that the Arvis lander has been jury-rigged with extra plating. You can see in the distance, decked out by some of its lights and the crew standing idly around it. Currently, at least at somewhat attention and distracted by events unfolding. However, they scarcely get very long to act before a horrible situation unfolds. The first thing that happens is a resounding thump as 2 barrels of a shotgun unload into the unfortunate servant who was manning the crate, sending the poor woman scattering across the deck and, well, slaughtering her in but an instant. Just as this occupies...
the microbead as soon as I can, by the way.
Yeah. Just as this occurs, the ramp of the Arvis lander that the guard had stopped at slams open, and a small cluster of hired guns begin pouring out of the back of the vehicle. They rush up immediately, one by one.
I'd like to state, now is the time. Rush in before they secure it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Well,
now is the time. Do not.
Before we rush into, you probably tell the captain what's going on.
No time by hesitation. Is rush now or we lose this. So I'm gonna try and charge.
All right.
Hold on, it's still their turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the surprise turn. And just as they do begin rushing out, you hear a cataclysmic noise. The explosion immediately shakes the entirety of the deck, and the men who are standing guard and watching over deck A, battered to the wind by the ferocious blast that erupts across the deck, blazing you all with light. This is a very well-planned affair by the looks of things. But what perhaps earns you the biggest qualm is the fact that as you all buckle up with your weaponry at the doorway, you see that there's more than just the men who've rushed out of the Aquila Lander, the Arvis Lander on guard here. As one of them is standing openly on the ramp with a heavy slugger swinging from under his arms.
Oh boy.
Heavy stubber. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We can take that out
shotguns weren't
first.
hard enough.
So, as the men rush out and start bundling the servitors and the heavy crate onto their poles and spikes that they pick the crate up with, we now need to roll initiatives.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need to roll? Sorry, you cut out.
Initiative.
Initiative. All right.
Why
There
even
is
roll
an
for
ambitious
this?
button on the character sheet, is there?
Wait, what's up?
No, you have to just
No.
roll it naturally. It doesn't have a special button.
Plus
D10
ability.
plus your ability bonus.
Yeah.
Agility
bonus,
bonus.
yeah. Let me just add turns for everyone.
Hey! Oh, fuck, that was you. Great!
1d10 plus agility, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Please zap the heavy gunner as soon as you can.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. God damn it.
Stop rolling for the camera service, damn it.
Dave, don't get too excited.
Don't do it. Not worth it.
The camera servitor charges out on its treads and tries whacking the guy with the camera.
Breaks
It's a boom pole, just boosh.
We're going with your first initiative roll there, you Tobix.
Okay.
Romulus,
I'm gonna-
12. Danny,
Can I spend a fate point to reroll my initiative?
I need to change a character model. What's that?
Can I spend a fate point to reroll initiative?
Yes, you can spend a fate point to reroll
No,
initiative.
you spend a fate point to get the maximum, I think.
Yeah, but you do that before you roll initiative.
Yeah, you do that
Yeah.
before you roll.
Oh, so I can't spend it to reroll it?
You can to re-roll it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be real quick.
Perfect timing.
This is going to
I
be
need
bad.
to. Do I need to roll? Well,
Yeah, if you're gonna try and do something.
okay.
There
Probably a
we
good
go.
idea to know where you are in the initiative.
Yeah.
Because imagine you're
I'll
going to
be
do
the
something.
top.
Simple.
Looks like.
Well, Palladorius, it doesn't really make a difference. You're not on the fight.
I know.
Never fight.
No, but we could call him to come down and do something or other.
Yeah. Now.
And then you determine how many rounds it'll take for him to get here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll include Palladorius if he's needed, but he isn't needed right now.
Yep.
So we're starting with Romulus,
Who is
BRB.
AFK?
Who is
What a useful boy.
We didn't need him anyway.
So we got some shotguns. We got a head stubber. We have a heavily armored.
Wait, and all the bad guys go on one go?
Yes.
It's much easier that way.
Oh, that's bad.
So I'm now back.
Marvelous. It's your turn first, Romulus.
All right, charging. I'm gonna charge this guy so that I've got some cover from the heavy stubber. So attacking that guy.
Just sucks for me because I can't
So
see
bad.
anything.
Is it plus 20 or plus 30? No, plus 20 for charging, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a plus 20 when you charge.
I think.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Very
damn.
nice.
Is that Emperor's Fury?
Yes, it is. So
Yeah.
roll me another weapon skill check.
With the same modifiers, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, you just roll it normally. Just a flat weapon
Okay.
skill check.
Well, take away 2 degrees of success. That's still a success. So that is 21 points of damage.
Very nice, very nice. So you rush up immediately, sword swinging in your hands, and lunge at the assailant. Almost immediately, your blow drives your blade straight through the poor bastard's chest, punching through his light, flak coat immediately, and sending him collapsing to the... bloody... He is out for the count immediately.
You know how you thought you were going to get some cover from him, right?
Yep.
Oh well.
And so what follows up is the turn of the opponents, who immediately begin manhandling what they have. Let me just... Yep, that was a fucking 10. So that no strength check, no more strength checks needed, as they lift the whole thing off of its spindly legs on what bars they've got. Although they've lost one of their number, there's still enough of them there to lug the secure chest backwards. And
Could
all four...
I oppose that by grabbing onto
No.
the chest myself? No. Okay.
Well, you can oppose it, but you're not going to beat it with that degree of success. Given the fact that you're on your own against 3 men.
True, but yeah, I'll just accept that then. Unless I could make a roll.
At least you're kind of in cover from the heavy bolt then.
Until they move it away.
Romulus with the strength of 4 men, or at least 3 anyway.
With a strength of 5 mighty wildebeests.
So they move the crate backwards, slowly, bit by bit, and start shifting it into the
That's
case.
fast.
It's their movement.
But it's not completely inside yet.
Full movement. No, it's not completely inside yet. But in the meantime, those who are on deck begin rushing to defend the car. Sorry, that guy was there, so he's... Bollocks! There we go. God damn it, roll 20. You're such a functional tool half the time, and other times you just... So he makes a half move up there, slamming himself up against the cover and with his... Where are you? Okay. You're the only one you can see from that location. You're 11 meters away, so you're within short range. Which is a plus 10. He's not aiming, so no other bonuses. Single shot, which is a plus 0. Yep, let's see if he hits. Ooh, he does indeed hit. Ooh, that's a headshot, Romulus. Are you wearing anything on your...
Dodge.
Yes, you really need to.
No modifiers, I don't believe.
No, it's just a flat dodge.
Nope.
Unless you're going to fate point that.
I don't have any.
Ouch.
So me and him are out.
8 impact damage with a pen is 0. So your toughness is the only thing against it.
Not too bad.
Pen is 0, so I get my armor and toughness. That's 6, so I get 2 wounds.
What armor are you wearing?
Well,
You're in a
as I was
party,
running,
remember?
I put my flak helmet on, so...
Something seems fucky with that, but I'm gonna let you.
No, I just had, I had my flak helmet, just on my person. Nobody
And
knows.
I hid my stalker bolter up my arsehole.
Yep. He's simply going to overwatch all of you and fire suppressing fire at all. So you make a -20 shot at each of you, but he has a very low chance of hitting you. So let's do Romulus first. No. Atobix. No hit. Verana. No hit.
It's gonna hit me. Because it's just gonna.
I was waiting for it to hit Romulus again, honestly. Just cause.
Well, as gunfire streaks towards all of you, rattling out of the back of the vehicle, of course you have to tangle with the fact that he's attempting to pin you. So let me just check pinning tests, because it's been a pinning test. Let's see.
I think it's a willpower check.
I believe it's a willpower. I'm just going to check attack. The attack.
So can we shoot at multiple people?
But we all have pistols, so probably not.
I've got multiple.
Being shot is a terrifying experience. I suppose when we keep the heads down with bullets and bolt shells start flying. Pinning represents a character's survival staying cover. While you might want to charge headlong into a storm of bullets, steal his nerves. Characters on the receiving end of suppressive fire. Even if the shot struck a hit location that is behind cover or the character suffers no damage, you must make a hard -20 pinning test, which is a willpower test. On a success, you may act no is pinned, which means you are struggling to shoot, and you can only take half actions if you're...
So everyone needs to make a -20 willpower check.
Yep.
-20, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a fear check.
It is not if... Well, it's... I wouldn't describe it as a fear check, because it's more of a common sense check than anything else.
Keeping your head, it's like basically fighting the urge to just keep your head down.
Yeah.
There are some talents that specifically say pinning.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering whether I would be able to apply resistance fear.
Yes, I'm going to say you can apply your resistance fear.
So it's just -10 for me. Oh, still fail, because it's not that great.
Willpower
So I'm now pinned.
-20.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
We're
pinned as
all
well.
pinned.
Fuck.
So now that you're pinned, you can actions and have a -20 on all ballistic skill checks. But off the back of that, who was alerting the captain at this point? Have you sent out the alert?
Well, I hope
Your chance
so.
to do it.
Yes,
Well, this is your chance to do it, essentially.
Yes.
Alright,
Lord Captain,
Aye, lad.
we've encountered some hostilities, sir. The servant's been murdered and we're under fire. They're taking the fragment.
I
loaded up
kind
on
of
our
guessed.
lander.
We heard the explosion up here. How have they got it on the ladder?
Just about, sir. Don't see much way of stopping them.
Well, don't push it if they've got high explosives down. Get back up here. Palladorius has the Aquila lander wall. We might have a route there.
Yes, sir. Good thinking.
Don't get yourselves killed.
All right, fall back, everyone.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Many of you would generally agree, given the fact that bullets are bouncing off the walls and doors around with small puffs of ferrocrete and dints and pings and sparks flying off the metal as we come out of Arana.
All right, so we're falling back.
Seems like it.
All right, then I'm just gonna fall back then.
Yeah.
Unless you can do a psychic attack with a half action. Unless you can do a psychic attack with a half action.
Not worth it. Do not.
Go on.
Don't do it.
You know you want to. Don't
I got
do it.
really nothing off it. Really, so no, won't be worth it.
Damn.
The only thing I had that could probably work is maybe Delude. I can get them to stop shooting at for a second, but that's about it. But I need to be very freaking close.
Yeah,
Do it.
Not worth it.
Never
You know,
mind.
so, yeah, I'm just
So,
falling
Verana,
back.
you're just going to back up into cover and head towards the stairs, falling back
Yeah.
as instructed.
I'm just gonna fall
Okay.
back.
Okay. Utopics.
Is it worth me to take a pot shot?
Yeah,
What
minus
was
20
that?
to your
Cut
ballistic
out.
skills. Yeah, minus 20 to your ballistic skills, so...
Do it. Try and shoot the heavy stubber.
I'd say it's not worth it. Just pull back. Pull back, relocate, and then...
I mean,
Okay,
we'll have
no,
all
it's-
heard what the captain said, right?
Yeah, all of you will have heard the captain's suggestion that you...
Yeah.
Well,
So we're trying to
Palador-
get to the lander and head him off at the pass.
Yeah, Paladorius is basically already in the pod, warming it up,
Alright,
getting
I
ready to
will
take off.
pull back.
Yeah, the engines are starting to fire now. Okay, Utopics falls back. Deca, I imagine you're going to fall back.
Yep.
Romulus.
Okay, did I see any sort of insignia or uniform or anything that
Nothing
maybe include on their uniform?
identifying. They are literally... they're dressed as in... Like, they seem to be just wearing jumpsuits, like labourer jumpsuits. A kind of dark cerulean blue that is typical of this world. And over the top of that, they've got some black painted flak carapace. Sorry, flak plate on their shoulders and arms. They seem well equipped, though.
Yeah,
As you notice, many of them have what appears to be hand voxers hanging over their shoulders, as well as combat knives on their belts.
they are clearly McCraggian auxiliary.
Right.
Clearly, period infestation.
How much can I move?
You could loot the Vox off the guy you killed. Just saying.
That'll
Ooh.
probably be a half action. And then moving back, how far can I move while pinned?
So half move.
Half move while pinned.
Mhm.
Or you could stay there for a round and get the desperately needed intel. But you've already been shot. What are you gonna do?
I'm just looking at my movement. I've got a movement of 3.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
And unfortunately, this is in increments of 2, not mixed. So
Alt.
I can move
Hit the
a
alt button.
square. So I'll probably move a square north, so I'm got a bit more cover. But
Yeah, take
That's
advantage
what
of cover. As you throw yourself to ground, trying to get out of the way of this terrifying hail of gunfire. So by now, the small cluster of gunmen have pulled the machinery onto the ship, with a heavy stubber keeping up the rear, but he, fortunately for you, stops firing as the rest of them pile on, and the rear door starts slamming up over the vessel, simply leaving the body of their comrade.
all right.
Sorry, I forgot to get rid of the massive explosion.
Are we out of turn order now?
Yes, engines start firing. You're out. So you can grab the Vox if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his Vox, and do I see anything else of note very quickly?
Other than its weaponry, not particularly.
What weapon was
They
he
don't
using?
This one had a sub-automatic, and that's it because he was part of the crew hauling it. So a single-handed weapon was all they seemed to have equipped themselves.
Okay, I'm going to take his Vox and then run off for the rest of the party.
Okay. So the rest of you...
Let's go.
Yep. Start piling up the stairs as the machinery sweeps up off the deck.
I'm going to try and catch up and yell, Utobix!
Sorry?
Utobix! I'm going to yell after.
Yes, Romulus.
And I'm going to pass you the Vox that I just recovered. I managed to kill one of them. This is what I got from them.
Very good. I will begin immediately.
As we're running to Orlando.
Well, running back to the hall and then to go out again.
I'd
Apparently.
imagine it wouldn't take me much to start picking up their signals, their communications. Just tech use.
Yes, it would be a simple test.
All right.
Just to eavesdrop on the last used channel. So that would be a plus 20 tech use there.
Yeah, it would have been hard to fail that.
Yeah. So you vaguely hear reports of what appears to be a guarantee that the package is secured, and they'll be taking it to the shuttle in good time. They're just performing the last sweep now, is the last transmission that you hear as you all clamber back up the stairs towards the top.
You cut out a lot. What was that?
Sorry about that. It's because we're using Discord. We really need to go back to Skype. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we did that.
Yes,
my bad.
As you clatter back onto the top of the stairs, Utobix, you recover as much information as they've confirmed that they've acquired the target and that they will be performing their last sweep, whatever that means, before transferring to the shuttle.
I will be relaying that to everyone else.
Relay it, then. Don't just tell me. Relay it.
Okay.
They've confirmed that they have the package to whoever they're talking to. Oh, hold on. They've confirmed they've secured the package to whoever they're talking to, and they're making that last sweep.
Very well. I'll get on the microbead to the Lord Captain.
Well, at this point, you're on the actual dance floor, so...
All right, then in that case,
I'll
head...
Pretty much at Palidor's is just on the beat. It's like, it's that damn younger brother. Like, I knew he was up to something. No.
Come on to the lander, quick.
Across the thing.
I'll just have a quick word with Father.
What was it? Come on, out with it.
Right, so, armed thugs just shot for Southern Girl and took the package. I managed to kill one of them and gave a Vox that he was carrying over to Utobix. He's trying to get intel as much as he can. They've got the package, delivering it, and they're making a final sweep.
Can't we do this while we're running?
Yes, come on, we're moving now.
Come
and
on.
the captain catches his words just as he moves to catch up to you, Deck. Something that attracts the attention of all of you. The loud purr of firing rocket engines on an Arvis land. Immediately goes to where lights are flaring in the window. And for those of you that can see out of the window, you watch as the Arvis lander ascends from its lower landing pad, maybe 100 meters up towards the top of the spire, with its rear door open.
Here it comes.
A few
You cut out
seconds
a lot.
later.
Like I could
A few
not
seconds
understand
later.
what you said.
Can we pause and jump to Skype then?
Yes. We'll finish the end of this, and then next session will have to be because
Yeah.
Discord is too unreliable for me.
I will make
Anyway.
a note.
Yes. So as you stop, the whine of an Arvis Lander's engines can be heard. Your attention is drawn to the window, where you can see the rear of the Arvis Lander swinging around with its door open, cargo secured in the inside, and its gunner at the ready. There's barely a chance for screams to break out amongst the gathered community before gunshots ring out alongside the sound of shattering glass. Bullets streak across the upper floor, one after the other, bringing with it decimation. You see some of the servants take the bullet, sending them scattering to the floor.
Last thing you said before you cut off was gathering to the floor.
That was it. I didn't have any more to add.
Okay.
But most importantly, you watch as one of the VIP party down by the gunfight.
Who?
Your suspicions seem
Tiberius.
peaked, because it is indeed Tiberius who collapses against Rear Admiral Gwendolyn with a... Well, the wound doesn't penetrate, but he certainly gives the Rear Admiral his first taste of combat, as he vomits up much of his ruined esophagus into the poor Rear Admiral. Lovely stained, pressed and ironed uniform. The Arvis Lighter's engines gun once again, and the Lord Captain exclaims, "Yes, let's get moving!" And with that...
Oh, I was going to call over to him. What about the people here?
Fuck him.
Decker has the words for it better than I do. As he begins hurrying towards the exit with everyone.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to call it for tonight.
Okay.
On a little bit of a cliffhanger as you rush towards the rear steps, as screams break out on the party and the general assortment of civilians go back to terror. Captain Populous dragging the Baroness and her consorts, as well as the applicably terrified Baron Vanderkamp side. The Rear Admiral clumsily handling the shattered body of Tiberius, and the Colonel running for his life. As
Speaking of calling it, I called
it. I was loving all of you guys making as I was sitting there like, I know what happened. Shows how well you know us, Alex, doesn't it?
Yep.
Also, I already got over the beads before you. It was like I knew that younger brother was up to something.
You did.
Okay, so it was Caligula that did this thing then.
Well, we suspect so.
No,
Yeah,
we did it.
Who else would it be? Come on.
We didn't have hard proof, except a lot of
Far too.
So
He wasn't going to bid, but he was well certain that he was going to get the fragment.
Well, he knew his brother was going to get it.
Yeah, get it. Really.
I don't think we got experience last session, did we?
No. We do have experience to dish out, but I'm feeling like I'm going to give you all the experience after this like little segment is done, so do it episodically. But I don't know what you guys would prefer.
I want experience. That's all it comes down to. We haven't had anything to spend for a long time.
Okay. Give you guys, for this entire party segment, I think you've earned 500 experience.
Ooh.
That'll do me. I can learn High Gothic.
That seems
That's the
appropriate.
whole point. I learned High Gothic.
Oh god, I gotta remember how fucking leveling in this works. It's been so long.
Okay.
Rogue Trader Core rulebook. You go to your career, so
Yeah,
you would be
I love
exploring.
leveling up. Don't know what you're
So we
complaining
leveled
about.
up from that.
No, it's leveling system.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what I mean.
And then you've got your rank career advances, so you can pick what's in rank 1. for the exploratory advances. And then there are XP sort of don't know how to describe it. I can't remember the word.
The XP.
XP milestones, I guess.
Yeah.
In which you reach and it'll put you to the next rank.
Yeah. Your various ranks as you gain a total experience value. So, how did you guys find?
Enjoying it.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it was good.
This is really good, and I can't wait to either catch up to this or horribly crash, because it'll be up to my rolls, and I'm just glad I have fate points and I can regain them.
Let's be honest.
We're all gonna die.
Yep.
Probably.
The session will end next week when you immediately crash into the harvest.
Oh, Stu, that's right. You found
Lord
Doris,
Captain,
that's
we
why.
stopped him! We also stopped ourselves!
Oh, man.
Right. I just need to check over and make sure all my charm checks because I forgot that I was talented in charm, so I should have been
Oh,
nabbing.
you big silly Billy.
Tisk, tisk.
First, I want to make
Right.
sure that none of the checks were below 1 degree of failure. Otherwise,
Well, there's
I'm
no
gonna get
point
very
in that
paranoid.
now. No point in worrying about that now.
Well, it gives me ammunition to.
What?
Also, I just have a quick question. What
Fist
type
fight
of
me,
that's fine.
weapons are on this vessel?
None.
The Mark V Aquila Lander, Cipramundi pattern, has a 4-arc mounted autocannon.
Holy shit.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's a what?
Gosh,
I couldn't
my
hear that. He cut out for me.
An autocannon.
Nice. Ooh. To them. It's the
5 shots and
directly-
fully automatic.
Damn.
4d10 plus 5 damage.
So we can shoot them down.
Nice.
You can get to that armor plating.
Yeah. I
And
suspect
just generally,
that will.
Arvis Landers are better armored than Aquila Landers. Weirdly.
Alright, well,
It's because they're rugged little cargo ships, whereas Aquila Landers are and look more flashy, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I
That's-
guess if we manage to shoot it down, we're going to have to go diving. That'd be
Yeah, and-
interesting.
it will be.
I've not had an
Down on
underwater
space.
segment before.
I mean, if it is Caligula, it's only a Cobra class. Just blast it with a Star Cali.
That is, of course, implying that he hasn't already taken brother's ship.
True.
Doesn't make sense, to be honest. I mean, his brother already had the thing. Why does he need to steal it?
I don't.
Because he didn't like his brother having the limelight.
No, because
Well, I think what
the
is-
brothers
it's
don't
absolutely
work
early.
together. They don't work together. So-
It's too many assumptions too early. It might not be Caligula. It might be the Baroness under false. Because there's some things we didn't find out about the Baroness.
That is true.
It could be,
Fair
Be
enough.
someone else entirely.
it could be someone else entirely.
Alright, well, I need to go and eat, so.
So do I, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm a ravenous badger.
And I need to go off and sleep. So, I bid
Yes.
you all
Good night, Astra.